Going live. We're live.
Oh no.
Hello everybody, if you're a patron. Thanks for your continued support. Just got to plug in and all that. Oh, I should share this out on the social media. On the old Twitter. Will Vegans in the House, what's up? Just sharing this out on my social media, bro, and then I'll be with you. Facey. Sharing it out on the old face ache. Oh, why can't I find exclamation marks? There we go. Boom. How's everyone? What are you doing? Where are you in the world? I want to know. I want to know what love is. I want you to love me.
Hi. I'm
Right.
also here.
Yep, he's here as well.
She's here.
Old thingy me bob.
You say that.
Old what's the names? Oh, Babble Pep Lapis here. And Syrinx. And Chickpea Sarnie the Craig is in Luton, just about to pick up a tasty vegan-friendly Chinese. Nice. Thank you, Purple Piplup.
We have
Stream like.
a vegan takeaway in Norwich now.
Yeah, all vegan. Vegan what?
Yeah, it's really exciting.
It's all vegan.
What?
See how that
What
works?
type of food is it?
Vegan.
No, I mean.
Sort of Asian
Yeah.
fusion, I suppose you'd say.
Okay, that's what I'm getting.
Bit of this and a bit of that. SJ Calderon is in Toronto. Wow. How's things? I hear Toronto is great for. Are you a vegan? Are you a person of vegan persuasion? I hear it's good there. Who's out in Toronto? Vegan Games.
Vegetable Police was, but he moved.
Vegetable Police. He's in Chiang Mai, isn't he? Have you watched his channel lately, Jim?
No, I haven't, no.
No, I don't get a lot of time to watch other YouTubers, really. SJ Calderon is the whole family's vegan. Nice. How is it? I imagine it's great for vegans, isn't it? Right, let's get your cues up on the... Just find you on my computer. Craig, that's what I would love in Luton. A completely vegan takeaway would be great. Have you tried anything from you? Yeah, we've had a couple of goes. It's really tasty food. I mean, it's got oil and stuff. And recently, I learned how the #1 killer of vegans is heart disease, same as it is for an omnivorous eater. So something's wrong there. And, you know, the fat in olives is 14%. Actually, no, oh yeah, it's complete oil, is it? Yeah, basically olive oil is 14% saturates by weight. And saturates, you know, and trans fats raise LDL worse than cholesterol does. So I'm trying to just get off the oils, completely get off there. I'm just back from the gym. I've been coaching and training, and I'm on a cut now, so I'm a little bit need to eat. But the lovely Gemma's been making me some food. What's for dinner?
Chips in a dip.
Chips in a dip.
Our favourite go-to meal.
So we bake our chips. Is what makes them healthy. No oil. And did you coat them in some sort of herbs and spices and that?
Salt, onion powder, and garlic powder.
Nice.
They turn out really crispy. So crispy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good to hell. Right. Sorry guys, I just got to find you on the... Here we are.
Oh, Monkey's here. I just have to go and blend up your dip. I won't be a second.
Okay, darling. So yeah, we just blend up some beans and some herbs and spices. Hi, Muggy. Little tahini or something for the dip. Yeah. I love it. Right. Where are we? Will, why are you saying antler? Crafty UK's in the house. Jasmine said, evening. I need to send you a PM soon. Ask for some advice. Look out. I'll be on the lookout. I'll be on the lookout. I'll be honest, I do miss some PMs because I do get so inundated, but I'll look out for your one. Will, okay, Mr. Hench, I have a question. What is all this bull about soy and estrogen? So there was one study years ago funded by the dairy industry where they gave some sort of rodent, I think it was rats, might have been mice, unbelievably high amounts of soy isolate. And that didn't do them a lot of good in terms of estrogen. But to get that, you just would not get a human to consume that much soy. You know, it just wouldn't happen in terms of body weight and total soy. And you know, soy is a bean. Beans are really health promoting. The countries with the most soy consumption have the least estrogen dependent cancers, like some breast cancers and things. So it is actually protective. Like, you wouldn't want to super dose on it, but nobody is super. Well, there was no need to like go mental on one particular type of food. And yeah, in a reasonable amount, it's shown to be protective. And it actually is such a weak mimic of estrogen that it binds with the same receptors, but it blocks mammalian estrogen. So if people are worried about estrogen, they need to avoid meat, because animals produce estrogen, particularly the female ones, and dairy. And the fact is, the way that dairy cows are farmed, like the industry, 70% of the time, the cows that are being milked are pregnant, and that makes estrogen go through the roof. So if you want to avoid estrogen, it's really meat, and particularly dairy, that we should be avoiding. Craig Jones, a friend of mine mentioned that she cooks oilless. Any tips for that? That would normally be shallow fried. So yeah, you can't really mimic frying. Steam frying you can mimic. Stir frying, you just use a little water at a time. It's called steam frying. A little water, high temperature, keep everything moving in the wok, and add a little water as you need to. You can't really fry things, but those, and it's not just the oil that's the problem. When you dry heat cook products, like in starch-based foods, you create acrylamides. In protein and fat-based foods, you create advanced glycation end products, which really have been shown to really ravage the body and cause terrible disease progression and just accelerate aging. So you really only want to be cooking. I mean, we kind of keep bacon and chips, like that's not the best thing really. But we think on the balance of things, we've got so much fresh fruit and veg going in. It's probably offsetting that. But ideally, you'd cook everything with water, to be honest. Electricity wire. Hello from Ireland. Hello, my friend. Are you going to VegFest Bristol? Yeah, I'm speaking. Can't remember which day. We're there for the whole weekend though, and I'm speaking. I might be doing a panel and my talk as well, all about plant-based gains, baby. If you're going, come and say hello. That'll be well cool. Is there a Dublin VegFest? And how's that? Chickpea sarnie is saying you could stir fry in a wee bit of water. I misread that at first, with hilarious consequences. Gawain's in the house. Race lever. Air fryer. See, that would be the same thing. You'd still get those acrylamides, which are a potential. Well, we think that it's carcinogenic, but you know, again, like, you've got to have a bit of fun, haven't you? So yeah, air fryers if you're not wanting to use oil, but you still want something crispy. Hey Paul, thanks for getting back to me on Instagram. You're awesome. You're very welcome, my friend. You're very welcome. Crafty UK, I'm baking my chips coated in corn flour. I've never tried it before. I hope they go crisp. I've got a few dips too. Got a few dips.
Let us know how they turn out.
Yeah. Vegan extremist. Hi Hench, I'm tempted to travel to the UK for the vegan camp out. Honestly, it was the best weekend. So amazing. We're going, as you probably know. It's going to be off the hook. Electricity wire. Dublin VegFest was a few months ago. I wasn't vegan then. Oh, so I guess you didn't go. Oh, nice. Look what I got here. So I've got some baked chips. Loads of salad. And I've got my dippy dip. Jem, can you come and entertain the public?
Yeah, but I've got my snack as well, so we'll have to take it
Take
in
turns, yeah?
Yeah.
So you entertain them now.
Oh, I see. While you eat your snack.
Well, I eat my snack. That lips a bit hot in my throat.
Was it? Hi.
Right, I'm
I see where you
here, Neddy. Neddy the noodle.
It's a shame people couldn't see what we eat. Oh, that shot you had on your camera the other day where we could see what you're eating was great. It's nice if people see what you're snacking on, I feel. Okay.
Go.
Dublin Veg Fest was a few months ago. I wasn't
We're here.
vegan then. Ah, okay then. Nelly the Noodle. Hi, do you have any tips for gaining weight on a vegan diet at the age of 16? Oh, probably be the same tips for any age, wouldn't it?
Well, I think younger children need a higher portion of fat in their diets.
But once, not, so
You don't want to
16
keep that
probably.
up for too long until like adulthood.
Yeah. So.
Give the usual advice about carb-rich foods.
So you would normally say, eat less of the low-calorie stuff and eat more of the high-calorie stuff. So instead of eating an apple, you could eat a dual date, more calories, less volume. And what other foods is there? Like grains and so you could
Whole
like,
grains.
you could do things like put oats into smoothies. That adds a lot of calories. What else? You need
Legumes.
like legumes. Yeah, you need
Some sort of fruits.
things like greens and stuff, but don't like overemphasize. You know, don't eat more than you need if you're trying to gain weight. What else do you say?
Fruits.
Yeah, more of the tropical fruits like bananas.
Other fruits.
Other fruits. What other fruits? are
Dried
good?
fruits.
Dried fruits are really good. Yes.
Smoothies.
Yeah, you can pack a lot of calories into a smoothie. I find it a lot easier to drink. Like I could just drink like 10 bananas really easily, but if I had to eat those bananas, I don't find it so easy. I don't know why that is. A lot of people say that, don't they? It's strange. So
I'm making a right mess.
drink your calories. And conversely, if you want to lose weight, don't drink your calories, eat your calories. And what else? Eat more little and often, do you think? Like, instead of
Yeah,
trying to
maybe.
like, fit a massive meal in, like spread it out a bit more.
Yeah. And you know, do get your minimum of nuts and seeds. So a couple of tablespoons of flax seeds for a male. Oh, was that a Nelly? Yeah, sounds like a male. A couple of tablespoons of flax, like a quarter of a cup of other nuts and other seeds.
Didn't you do a video about this?
Gaining weight as a vegan. Yeah, check out my video, how to
Gain muscle?
gain muscle as a vegan. It's in my core playlist.
Yeah. Yeah, you pack all the advice into that, didn't you?
Vitamin D when it's not sunny. Raise your testosterone a little bit so you can put more muscle on. Well, not raise your test, but raise your free test.
Okay then. Well, Vegan says he did some sticker activism yesterday, and now he can't go back to his Tesco's for 2 weeks. Oh dear.
Whoops.
Chickpea Sani says maybe you could stir fry that way if you're into urine therapy. Oh,
No,
interesting conversation there.
that was my fault.
Have you been to the Dublin Veg Fest in September time? No, we have not.
I'd love to go. Get them to fly me over there. I'll be there.
Yeah. And Pebble Piplock says I look nice in my dress. Thank you.
Ah, good old Pebble Piplup.
Oh, Tofu Tommy is here. Hi. Check him out on the YouTubes. Hey guys, how are you doing? Look forward to meeting you at V in the Park in July. Oh, nice.
Right back at you, dude. If anyone's interested in eating disorder recovery, check out Tofu Tommy's excellent channel.
Yeah.
He does lovely stuff.
Have we figured out how we're getting to all these events yet?
Not really.
Oh dear.
That'll happen.
Nitty the Noodle says, I actually do put oats in my smoothies. Really like oats. Yeah.
Nice.
It's a good way to make it a lot more calorie dense without much more volume. Yeah. Good stuff.
Is there mustard in this dip?
No.
Oh,
Black
so
pepper.
I could taste mustard.
Oh. Excuse me while I do this. Oh, it's jumped all over the place. Yasmin's Conscious Kitchen is here. Hello.
Yay! Check out on the Facebooks. Delicious, healthy snack treats. And that.
Saying I take a vitamin D supplement, but my recent blood test suggests I'm at the very lowest end of the range. So
Take more.
we've just had winter, haven't we?
Yeah.
So I guess that would necessitate more.
Yeah.
What dose were you taking? Have you been taking? Slim Jim. Oh, hey guys, love y'all. Any advice for V-shaped abs? Like a V-shaped body?
Do you mean a V taper, like the way the lats like frame the abs? I'm not sure what you mean by V-shaped abs.
Really, Riley. Best way to remove, what does it say?
Phytic.
Yeah, I didn't know. Phytic acid from lentils and pulses.
Cook them.
Okay.
Don't eat them raw, whatever you do.
That's an easy answer. Laura Watts is here. Hi.
Oh, hi.
Nelly the Vegan. Hey, Paul and Gemma. We'll be watching / listening while waiting for Tesco's. Hope everyone is well. By the way, what you said about gaining weight is the way I've been doing it, and I've gained almost a stone.
Sweet.
Nice. Brilliant.
Right, Steve. Hit the like button, everyone. The power of vegan Jesus compels you. Nice.
Tofu
That's
Tommy,
good moderating, Race Lever.
and Tofu Tommy says, what do you think of Huel? I've seen a lot of people taking it, but I'm not sure. Excuse me, I'm sorry. It has a lot of additives in it that you're not a fan of, doesn't it? Like fluoride.
Yeah, at least it did do. I don't know if it still does a bit. It says like complete. Today we've discovered at least 5,000 phytonutrients. It's not got 5,000 nutrients in it. It's got a select little amount of vitamins and minerals. Oftentimes when we shotgun little, like odd little things, tends to do more harm than good. No, it's BS. Marketing BS. It's basically aimed at lazy people, and it just takes advantage of their, lack of knowledge and just keeps them unhealthy. It's not hard, is it, to just get some real foods together, and you don't even have to cook like a lot of foods. You just get them together and eat them. There's no excuse.
So you don't really feel like there's a place for it. Do you sometimes say if someone's a larger strength athlete, they might need a little protein, but most people don't? So.
Yeah, but it's aimed as a meal replacement.
Yeah.
They say, no, don't bother eating a real meal because this has got everything you need. Well, it hasn't.
Yeah. Okay, what's that one then?
Yeah. Don't get me started.
Oh, Slim Jim meant, sorry, the V lower abs. Is that clearer? V. Oh, is it like where you get the muscles here stick out when it goes? I know what he means. Do you know? Like that
Obliques, are you trying to say?
Yeah, I think he means that. How do you get that?
So obliques are built with, they basically supply lateral flexion to the torso, so like side bends, and also rotation. So, anything sort of a crunch where you're like reaching over and across, or like knee raises where you come to one side, and that sort of thing. Wood chops, reverse wood chops, Russian twists. Yeah.
Yasmin says 1 tablet once a day that supposedly offers 200% of the RDA. But what is
That's probably really low.
Yeah, what is the dose though?
I would say if you're really low, like maybe go 2,000 IU until you get up to a decent level daily.
Yeah. Laura has lost a stone now. Wow, that's awesome. Well done.
Good girl.
Yeah.
That's really
amazing.
Good. Yeah, you should be proud.
Yeah. Tommy says, thanks for that, Paul. As needing to look at something good, clean, vegan protein shake.
Yeah, so I just look for a protein powder with no like real additives. So just like a basic bulk powders or my protein, like a vegan blend, but without flavourings. And then I'll put it into a smoothie or something. Or Body Me if you want an organic one. I might be partnering with a company soon and bring out a hench herbivore. Just a handful of supplements, and they will just be basic but good. No frills, no additives. Just the sort of thing that I like to. You know, in an ideal world, we'd just eat whole foods. If we're going to eat a processed food, it's going to have good stuff taken out. Like there's no need to have bad stuff added in. Yeah, that's my feeling.
Good stuff. Practical Banker makes a good point. Go vegan.
Yeah. Go vegan.
And you're making Felicia hungry.
Ha. She's good people.
She's going to have chips and guacamole.
Oh.
That's something we've not had for a while, isn't it?
Yeah. Dead air.
Oh
God.
I thought it was going to go. Excuse me.
Go. Talk faster. Go.
I'm saying it. I'm saying things.
I'm going to talk really fast when I've got this down my gullet.
Just said, I think he's talking about the this. Can't say that. Can't say that on the live stream. We'll get banned again. Jesse Hitman says hello.
Yo.
I've been crave eating ice cream. I've heard it's low iron.
Where did you see the word cream?
Yeah, I just made that up in my mind, didn't I? I just assumed that the word cream would come after ice.
I've never heard that, hun. I've never heard that before, so I don't know. I wouldn't have thought so, but are you particularly hot? Not to look at, I mean in temperature-wise. Obviously you're hot like all the vegans are.
Laura says, I can't wait to start a little exercise, but hurting from chronic pain at the moment. But hopefully soon we'll be able to move around better, staying positive. Nice.
Yeah, oftentimes when you really tighten your diet up and you lose weight, you know, things do get better, and so I'm hopeful for you.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And as much as maybe you want to move and do things, make sure you're definitely ready.
How long have you just waited to really hit the gym?
We were talking about this today. I've been back at the gym for like the 8th consecutive week now, and I'm feeling great, and I'm getting so much stronger each week, and it feels so good. But I had to wait for years, actually. I hope no one has to like wait years and feel ill like I did, but I just would keep trying to do things, and every time I did a little exercise, I'd be I'd kind of manage it, and I'd be fatigued for 2 days or something like afterwards. I'd just be so tired and exhausted from it, and I had to just stop in the end and realise like I can't, you know, do anything right now, and just kind of try and be okay with that and recover my health through a good diet and rest and things, and then now I'm raring to go, and it's good. Yeah, to sum up that long story.
Basically, it took years to get in a space where Gemma's body was ready for some hard, progressive overload.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it is.
Yeah, and it feels worth the wait, and I feel great now, so.
Yeah, so hang in there, people.
Yeah. Have you nearly done it? I want to eat mine.
You've nearly done it?
Yeah, I don't eat my snack. Great. You ate that fast, you were hungry.
Yeah.
Nelly says, I use Pulsing brand hemp protein powder, natural and unflavoured, no added sugar or sweetness. Yeah, that's what you want.
Good choice. Got a bit of omega-3s in that.
Jasmine says, what are your thoughts on maca powder for helping hormones and what dosage would you recommend? That's one of those adaptogens, I think, like ashwagandha.
I've never really looked into it, to be honest, hon, so I can't really tell you. I know in terms of like testosterone boosters, like it's a lot of BS, and like if they were to actually do anything that clinically would make a difference, then like, it would be taken off the market and become a prescription drug like overnight. As in terms of like female hormones, do you have any perspective?
I don't know. I mean, I've taken some things like that over the years. Like I heard that some of those things can help to balance out your hormones, but yeah, I just have gone on what I've read online or what people have been saying, but I've never heard anyone say like Dr. Greger talking about it, so I can't, I don't know. I wouldn't like to advise, really.
Yeah, sorry we couldn't be of more help. Jesse Hickman, when is Game Changers coming out? Oh, hang on, I've got one more piece of cucumber on my list. You shut that door, didn't you?
Yeah, I can. I can do that.
When is Game Changers coming out, and did you get much screen time? So it should be out any day. I've been speaking to the distributors for a while. They're just trying to find the best way to, get the most effect. Whether I'm even on the... So I would just basically was in the background there's a scene where they're filming Barney Duplessis, the Mr. Universe guy at the time. And I'm kind of in the background hovering around. Oh, and there's a scene where the bodybuilders are eating, and I'm with them at that time as well. I don't even know if his scene has been used in the film. It was basically 8 years in the making. We were sort of 2 years ago. We did the little bit. I was also there for when Russell Martin, the Norwich City Football Club captain at the time, they interviewed him at the football ground, and I was there for that, but I didn't get in any of the shots for that. I know what it's like. So it's 8 years in the making. The film was about 90 minutes long, I think. There's going to be people who got filmed who are not even in it, and I've not seen that Barney, Mr. Universe guy, is in the movie. So I'm wondering whether it's been completely dropped. Even if he is in there, whether or not I'm in the background, I don't know. But they did offer me to come down because I basically hooked them up with Barney and Russ Martin, and they said, oh, we want you to have a little cameo, come down, and so that was nice of him. But even if I'm not on the screen for a second or two, that felt good to be a part of something that big. That was really funny. So the guy, the producer whose baby it is, James Wilkes, Ultimate Fighter Season 9 champion, and I saw that he liked my Facebook, my business page. Realised that he'd gone vegan, so I thought, I wouldn't mind getting an interview. So I messaged him and said, do you fancy an interview for my channel? But he said, well, yeah, maybe later on, but first of all, we've got this other project. And that's how that all kicked off. So that was funny. Yeah, Felicia was talking about ice. Might be premenopausal. Nelly, oh no, that's not me. Crafty, hey Hench, when are you going to enter Ninja Warrior or not? Nah, I've not got the right physique for that. Vegans are greater than ninjas, that's true, Race Lieber. Jermaine Slaughter, hi. How are you both doing today? We're very well, thank you. My name is Jermaine. My question is, how can mentally detox? That's an interesting question, and one I've never been asked before. I would say get away from loud, sort of obnoxious, sort of negative focused people.
Stop watching the news.
Stop watching TV in general.
Yeah.
Meditate is huge. And I don't know. I just try to do good in the world, and I think when you do good, you get good back, and then you attract good people? That's a really good question, isn't it? What would you say? You're the brain wizard.
I'm not really sure I understand what you're trying to achieve. I think I need a bit more information, really.
Yeah, throw more information at us. We'll try and get a bit more. We'll dive deep.
If anyone's interested, I've got chips and I made a ketchup, my own ketchup. And
How did you make your own ketchup, woman? That sounds amazing.
I just got some tomato paste, some apple cider vinegar, some black pepper.
Tell these people in here.
And you could put a bit of salt in, but I didn't. It's quite ketchup-y.
You're quite ketchup-y. Vegan Vikings. Chickpea Sunny. Haven't tried. No. Oh. Mark James Swift is in the house. Basically, you and vegan gains take fully different approaches to cucumbers. Thank you. I don't know about what he's been doing with cucumbers. Sounds interesting. We'll talk about burgers.
Oh, we had some good burgers the other day, didn't we?
Where? Oh yeah, we made them.
Made them. Yeah, you helped.
Yeah, I was the best one. I ate them good. We had our good friend Annika Svenska around of TV fame, and she's a great conservationist lady. We're doing a 4-month vegan transformation video with her for her channel, Annika Svenska. Check her out on the YouTubes. So we did a day of filming in the gym, and then we came back here and we did a breakfast, lunch and dinner to show people what you can eat and lose weight. Ellie, what foods would you suggest to a new vegan? I mean, you know, it depends. It depends really. If someone's just trying it out and they're not very health focused, well then just whatever foods are going to be tasty for them, I suppose. But in terms of health, it'll be the same food I recommend long-term vegans, and it is basically legumes, whole grains, vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, herbs, spices, no oil, low salt, no sugar, no like crappy additives, and just, you know, in terms of health, it's not vegan versus omnivorous eating, it's really whole foods, vegan, whole foods, plant-based versus animal products and processed plant foods. And so if you want a long, happy, healthy life, as I said earlier, the #1 killer of vegans is heart disease. You know, something's wrong there, like that shouldn't be that way. So if you're doing a good thing, you're being vegan, you deserve good stuff back. So do yourself a favour, get on them whole foods. Purple Piplup's doing a great job of, what's that called? Moderating. Matt Yars in the house vibes. Plant-based Paul. Hi guys, so me and my partner are coming to Norwich for the weekend in a couple of weeks. Nice to check it out, and we love it. And if we love it, we're moving there. Wow.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice, yeah.
If you need anywhere to stay, look up the Big V Guest House.
Come and stay here, it's off the hook.
On Facebook.
Yeah, or Airbnb. It's really cheap. £16 to £32 a night, depending on the room.
Great.
Lovely people, lovely surroundings, or just in nature. Yeah, we'd love to have ye. Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, let's hook up.
Norwich is great.
Yes, Norwich is
Great
great.
for vegans.
Nelly the vegan. Oh, I remember Paul the vegan warrior vest. What size would Gemma think I need? I'm a petite. What size vest would Nelly
Extra
need?
small,
Extra small.
I think.
You're about our best customer, so thanks for that. We really appreciate the support.
Yeah.
Laura Watts, I'm going through a mental detox. I deleted my Facebook. Yeah, I don't watch TV and I started meditation. Nice. And how's that going for you? I had a week off of, was it 2 weeks off Facebook? I think I had 2 weeks off Facebook just before I started my Henchubivore, you know, coaching and online business. And I felt so much happier. Like I wasn't a slave to this BS like scrolling, searching like behaviour, felt much more productive and really happy. And then I started a business, and then it behooved me to be online, and then I've been a million times worse since. But I'm quite good. I don't spend long looking at other people's stuff. I'm mostly just on there to post my own stuff that I need to do, and then I typically get off it. So yeah, I'm sort of a bit better than I was. Jacob Osborne's in the house. Jasmine makes ketchup with a sprinkle of ground cloves and a squeeze of date syrup.
Nice.
Good. Yeah, stay away from toxic people. That is huge. Chickpea Sunny, anyone know of good vegan boxing gloves? I don't. I would check out Mixed Martial Lee's channel. I'm sure he's got some insight. Vegan Little. I have a friend who's thinking of turning vegan, who's a PT and says he needs 100 grams of protein a day. Do you need that much?
Grams.
Sorry, what would you say? If he's as big as me, it may be a benefit to him to have as much as that. I'm about 240 pounds at the minute. And yeah, I do it. Mostly whole plant foods. Base most meals around legumes and whole grain, particularly quinoa. Good amount of veggies, little nuts and seeds. Even fruit is 5% protein by way of calories or around there. And of course we can have a couple of protein shakes. We can have TVP, tofu, tempeh, seitan if you're not gluten intolerant. It's not hard really. Awake Vegan, you are both awesome. You're awesome as well to recognise that. Game recognises game. Has jumped. Race leave, I agree with Laura and Paul, and electronics fast and detox. People fast is good for mental detox. Take away from that. And in terms of your mental health, did you know that whole plant foods do a whole litany of different things to boost your neurotransmitters, anti-inflammatory, like inflammation in the brain causes like depression and things, and then animal products cause inflammation with the excess arachidonic acid, all the endotoxins, and yeah, diet is huge.
I think he's trying to say, can you say, and then that thing.
Tinsy Hockey, can you? Doesn't look like say, does it?
I assume that's what he's trying
I
to say.
don't know what that is, so I'm not sure I want to say it.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
That's a good point.
What is it? Yasmin's Conscious Kitchen. I've lost at least a pound this week, consuming 2,000 calories a day. Not long ago, I thought gain fat wasn't it? Yeah, man. Very good. That's what you want. And if you're getting that many calories in, you're getting all your nutrients in, so it's got to be better. Crafty UK, have you met any MPs, members of Parliament? If you haven't, who would you like to meet and why? If you're talking about politicians, no, I haven't, and I would not like to meet them. I feel like it's a sort of rigged game where the rich, sort of monetary elite kind of all look after their own interests and don't serve the people. I hate it. I hate it. How do you feel? Want me to eat your chips?
No. I feel like the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer. And I don't know, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like society the way it's set up right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to live in the jungle and smoke ayahuasca. I know you drink it. Stefan Lothal. Are you vegan for mainly health benefits or believe animal cruelty or for any other way? Originally just for health, and then over a couple of years I eventually saw the ethical side of it, which I hadn't been exposed to. I'd say I'm vegan for health. I'd say I'm a vegan activist for ethics, and of course the environmental thing comes into it as well. Yeah. Same for you?
Same.
How about you? Laura's thinking of not going back, but I don't know what that is relative
in terms of diet, what were you talking about?
It's hard to keep up with everything, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, and it was also a talk of mental detox, and I don't know if it was about that.
Right. Matty R has one friend on Facebook, and that's for the ice hockey team I play with. Cool. Jacob Osborne, how is being vegan? It's the best decision I ever made. I'm happier, healthier, find working out better, faster recovery, less pain, more energy, and like just living in line with your core values. Like, none of us would hurt an animal if we could help it, but you know, we've been lied to since birth to think it's normal, natural and necessary. I found out, you know, no one would want to hurt an animal, like I just said, if they could help it. I think a lot of people that work in slaughterhouses, like, I was listening to an ex-slaughterhouse worker on the Plant Yourself podcast today, and he reckoned that most of them were probably mentally unwell before they started, or they became mentally unwell after they started. That was his perspective. You know, if we see harm, like we see an animal hurt, our heart goes out, we want to help them, don't we? Like, we don't think, dinner. Yeah, and you know, you can get a little flack from some people, but what I've really got is a sense of community now, belonging, and I have just a wonderful, huge group of friends to rely on, and I feel like they're, on the whole, I'm not saying like all vegans are like nicer people than non-vegans, like that's simply not the case, but on the whole they seem to be a bit more thoughtful of others, and that includes the human animal as well.
I guess like if you realise animal suffering, you don't want to be a part of that, then it has to spill over to how you interact with humans, because humans are animals.
I used to be horrible. I was a doorman, like in a very violent world, and like, it changed me. I just saw I don't want to harm animals. I just had this epiphany: humans are animals. Like, why do I want to hurt them? And if someone's giving me a hard time, they're probably having a hard time, so their suffering spilling over. I can either add to that, you know, and ordinarily I would just smack people, or if I couldn't get to like hit them if they were rude to me or whatever, for the next 6 months I'll wake up and the first thing that went into my head was like, doesn't that guy know who I am? I should have like killed him. And it was like, it just hurts you. It's like bad for your hormones. It's the Buddhists say it's like holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting your enemy to die. Like, it's huge. And now life is just so sweet. I just, more often than not, I can step out of my ego. I can forgive them, and I'm just a million times happier.
It's really sort of strange to hear you talk about all that now, because it's just
feels like so long ago.
Yeah, it's really strange.
Yeah. Anyway, good question. Is it something you're considering? I guess you're not vegan, is that? Or are you vegan? It's nice that Laura is so happy. It's really nice to see people on the up. Oh, some slaughterhouses laying people off because of slumps in sales. It's a shame. It's something to do with the new vegan trend. Nice. Josie Ann, hi Paul and Gemma, do you have to combine ingredients for a healthy whole meal? I mean, you don't have to. You can just eat one thing. However, the concept of food synergy says that nutrients in one ingredient can amplify the effect of nutrients in other ingredients. So for instance, if you ate a wheelbarrow full of leaves and no fats, you would not absorb any of the vitamin K, the vitamin E, any of the carotenoid phytonutrients.
Any of it or less of it?
Oh. Yeah, actually, I'm not sure. I thought it was none at all. Very little, very little. It's almost as though you've not really eaten it, whereas just 3 grams of fat, you then absorb all these fat soluble, and so it's D, E, and K. And the carotenoid phytonutrients are the ones that animals make into retinol, into provitamin A. So it's basically, you can think of it as all the fat soluble vitamins, but the carotenoids are like beta carotene, lutein, zeaxanthin, or there's a whole load of them. If you have black pepper in a meal, it elongates your microvilli by 150%. So you get much more nutrient absorption. And I've talked about this before on the channel, but very quickly, like there was one study done where they had breast tumor cancer cells proliferating in a petri dish. They dripped on some onion, slowed the growth by 50%. They tried it on another sample with grapes, slowed the growth by 30%, and then they tried half of each on the next petri dish, and you would think, oh, 40% cessation, and it was 70%. So the whole was greater than the sum of the parts. And so I really don't advocate mono meals. I don't advocate snacking. Every meal, or as many meals as possible, I try to get a legume, a whole grain, a nut or a seed, fruit, range of vegetables, herbs, spices, and maybe a range of different ones. Like the more different things you eat at a meal, just the potential for much more amazing health outcome is a thing. I used to think mono meals were important. I used to think like food combining, but apparently that is real like bro science. Like there's nothing to, and you not only is it nothing to worry about, but really you're not getting such a good health benefit if you don't do it. So you don't have to combine ingredients, but you ought to. All right, Laura is off. Bye, lovely. Thanks for joining. Tinsy Hoggy. He's a Hoggy player. Love you. Make my day if you said Decimate is love. Decimate is love. Was that right? Did I say it right? Rick Emery. Hi guys, enjoying the content on the channel. Keep up the good work. Vegan for victory. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the love. Race lever. YouTube keeps taking my like away from this video. I'm about to punch it in the face. Yeah, man. Quite right too. Yasmin's conscious kitchen. Will you consider offering your clothing in any other colours one day? Yeah, I mean we've got like a bit of overstock at the minute, so we really need to sell some of that off. Sales have slowed down a little bit lately, but yeah, we were thinking about mixing things up. Rishab Singh is in the house. What's up? Mr. Internet, could you be friends with someone who puts cows in headlocks but otherwise is a cool dude? No. No, I could not. Good question.
Strange question.
I liked it. 303 cerebral. Regarding society being unequal, it's actually worse than ever. A lot of people do nothing. It seems to be easier to get people to go vegan than to care about disabled people. Yeah. I must say, like after going vegan, I sort of recognised where I had a bit of prejudice over certain groups of humans. And I just realised that it was a learned behaviour and like it was BS, and immediately it undid that. And then weirdly the universe put me in a load of situations where I had to hang out with these demographics of different people. I was really smiling to myself. It was like I learned a lesson and then the universe was just sort of testing me almost, or just showing me that I was right, and I had just, it was a choice in the moment. I realised I was being a bellend, and I undid it. Had a thing like that. It's just good to be really conscious and like think about things. And And after Brighton Veg Fest, I was on a real high because I was speaking and getting a lot of love and people wanting photos and whatever. And, you know, that feels nice to have that feeling of significance. So I was on a real high for the weekend. And then it was the Monday and I had to go to work where like most of my co-workers are non-vegans. Like I don't get that level of sort of adoration or, you know, basically I'm going to work and I'm not going to this place where people like really love me and whatever. And then, but I just reckon I was going through the woods because we've got a woods at the back of our house. We're really lucky now. And cycling through there, felt the sun on my skin. I looked at the beautiful lake and it was a really sunny day. Saw the sun glinting on there and the trees and breathed in the air. And it was a constant decision. My brain said to me, oh, you should probably get a little bit depressed right now. You're about to go to work, da-da-da. And then, but my next thought was, no, this is enough. So sometimes you just have to catch yourself and unravel your own BS. What's happening? It's been a bit of a cat fight outside. What's happened? Oh, he's all right. Don't worry, everyone. He's all right. People lack compassion to each other, keep on behind all other problems. Hoping veganism can help. It helped me no end. I think once you look at things with logic and you realise you don't need to harm animals, so why harm animals? And then, I don't know, you just start to think of like everything where you're doing something like, you know, negative unnecessarily. Chickpea Sunny, on mental health question, cut down on stress, yeah. Change your job if you don't have a healthy work-life balance, yeah. Avoid toxic people, yeah. Get support, ask for counselling. Counselling is huge. House vibes, read this. Okay, I just done it. Today where I live was a headline on the front cover of a newspaper. They said meat consumption is as low as ever since the last 50 years. People buying it and a lot of slaughterhouses had to close. Good. Danielle, you guys are looking good. Show us your muscles, hench. Well, I can't deny someone that, can I? Here we go. Oh, plant-based goods, baby. Hang on a minute, I've got to put my top back on. Sorry about that, everyone. I hope you weren't having your tea. Hipsy Vegan, many thanks to you both. Thanks for joining, Hipsy Vegan. Mr. Alex just had a dream that I got burgled, but gave them a big hug. Vegans are really nice. Really are nice. Nice. I gave a homeless guy a hug once when he wanted to try and punch my head off.
Right.
Ended up nice. Yeah. What happened?
There was like a cat fight and I was calling and I didn't know what was going on, and then I looked up and I heard like a meow and I had looked down and Rampage was hiding behind a plant pot and Moggy was like right there.
Moggy's an idiot.
He's a bad cat.
I would kick him up the bum if I wasn't vegan. Richard Bray, where are you from? Norwich. Norwich in East Anglia in England. The bit that looks like England's bum.
And Rampy looked like he'd been rolling around in a puddle. He's covered in mud. Really soaking wet.
Oh, he's really naughty, that cat. Matty, my brother works in a slaughterhouse and he doesn't like it. A lot of guys that he works with have PTSD. Being in the army, I can see what he means. And there's another disorder newly coined relative to slaughterhouse workers. I won't remember it now, but repetitive... what is it? Repetitive exposed. Something about being exposed to that, like violence, like repetitively over and over, day after day. Similar to PTSD, but yeah, some new thing just for slaughter workers. Terrible. Mattia, Hello, I hope both of you are enjoying the meal. I wanted to know what would you suggest to a person who's just transitioned to a vegan lifestyle? Are there supplements necessary besides B12? So if you're eating a whole foods plant-based diet, so a diet centered around legumes, whole grains, vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, herbs and spices, if it's calorically adequate and you're eating a good range of these things, the only two you should need would be B12 and then D3 in the winter months if you're not getting any sun. However, one thing to bear in mind is that your omega-3 and 6 ratio should be fairly even. So we need a good amount of chia or flax seeds and then other nuts and seeds, relatively similar quantities. That should give us adequate of the omega-3s. You probably, a couple of tablespoons of flax or chia would be enough for pretty much everyone. However, some people may have a circumstance whereby they can't elongate the plant version of omega-3 into the long chain animal version, DHA, EPA and then DHA. So in that instance, they would need a DHA supplement. And currently there's no way to know whether that's you. So I recommend to everyone B12, D3, DHA supplement as well, just to be sure, like a fail-safe. And iodine can be an issue for people as well because unless you're eating a little seaweed. So a couple of sheets of nori, half a teaspoon of dulse or arame a day would be adequate iodine, 150 micrograms we're after. But if seaweed's not to your taste, then a supplement, there's one called Lugol solution, which is iodine and iodide in the correct ratios for human absorption. Oh yeah, PITS, perpetuation induced traumatic stress. That was the one. Thank you, Matty. Yeah, perpetuation. That's a good word, isn't it? Yeah, but on the whole, Harvard did a study of vegetables versus meat, and they said that vegetables, on average, are 16 times more nutrient rich than meat. And then the biggest ever study on the subject, which was worldwide, is 16 teams of researchers all over the globe. They looked at 3,100 different types of food. And they said, on average, plant foods have 64 times the antioxidants of animal products. And, you know, antioxidants under oxidative stress, so it slows the aging processes, anti-cancer, you know, anti-disease. So who's nutrient deficient now is my my question. Good question. And if anyone wants to be extra sure about their nutrition, I do offer online coaching with consultations, Skype, telephone, whatevs, or I write nutrition plans as well, like bespoke nutrition plans, which both services is £30 GB. We've got 65 people in the room. This is the most we've had for a long, long time. Feel free to thumb up the stream if you want to.
And people contact you on your website?
On my website, henchherbivore.com. Link in the description. Give it your money.
You not said that for a while.
Right. That was a great question, Mattia. Is that pronounced? Whereabouts are you? That's an interesting name. I've not seen that before. Nelly, Paul and Gemma, are the vegan warrior vests the same material as the vegan gains t-shirts? Oh, the plant-based gains?
No, it's a different brand.
Oh, well, it's the same. I guess it's organic cotton, isn't it?
It's organic cotton, so the material's the same, but it seems a little thinner.
A little thinner. It's Stella and Stanley instead of Continental.
Yeah, we couldn't get
right?
Yeah, we couldn't get the style of vest we wanted in the same brand, so we had to get a different brand. But yeah, still organic cotton. But I guess for a vest, you want it to be a little thinner because you wear it more when you're going to be sweating in the gym and things. So it's a gym vest. So yeah, slightly thinner, but not overly thin. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Richard, bro, do you love India? From what I've seen, yeah, I really do. I love the cuisine. I've eaten. One of our friends is Indian, Vijay. He owns a couple of restaurants, and it's reckoned to be real, authentic Indian cuisine rather than Anglo-English. And certainly, we ate at his house, and it was exactly the same food. We love our masala dosa and our pav bhaji. And it's the best food. And yeah, and lovely people, like so spiritual. You know, we're not like we don't follow like a set religion as such, but we do believe in sort of spirit, and a lot of what they say and how they treat people, like, just really resonates with us.
Well, I guess that's a bit, well, what am I trying to say? A generalisation, like we don't know everybody.
No, well, I meant VJ and his family.
Okay.
But, you know, if they are indicative of other Indians, I love them. I love you. I love the culture, all the colour and the sound, the music. Yeah. They've got it going on. I would love to visit. Himokadia. Oi, what's up, guys? Jimmy, you're looking slim and trim. Good on you, lady.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's just coming off really easily, and I'm back in the gym.
You're looking dead sexy.
Thanks.
You're going to get it later on. Oh, I can't say that. Sorry, I didn't say that.
You can't say that. I knew something inappropriate was coming from the smirk on your face.
Mr. Alex, how do I stop getting so annoyed about people disagreeing with me about veganism? I really let it get to me. Yeah, I used to be the same way. Recognise that if we're right, they're causing unnecessary harm and suffering several times a day. We're all the hero of our own story, so they don't want to believe that, so they would rather ridicule or attack rather than listen. Realise that it's not our job to turn everyone vegan on the spot. The best way to turn people vegan is to lead by example, just to sow seeds, to be that example, happy, healthy. If we walk around angry, irritated, miserable, falling out with everyone, we're not going to have people turn vegan, because humans are tribal. We're kind of herd animals, and we need our sort of herd, our club, to be attractive so that people want to come and join our club. And I understand, you know, most vegans go for it, especially new vegans. We see that suffering, and, you know, we want to change it yesterday, but people do have to come to it in their own time, and they have to feel it was their decision and not being bullied into it. So the more you go on, the more you just kind of butt heads with people.
I have different perspectives.
Just one more thing quickly. Do you want to be right, or do you want to be effective?
Why do I keep getting so annoyed about it? I wonder if people disagreeing with us triggers our survival instinct. You know, we learned that thing about we have to have good social standing, like with our peers, you know. So historically, it would have more meant potentially a threat to our survival. If we got outcast by the group, we maybe couldn't survive on our own. We need other people, you know, to survive. So if somebody's disagreeing with us, it's like a threat, isn't it? It's like, oh, we're not seeing eye to eye. I don't get on with, you know, all of the other people now who aren't vegan. Like it's like it feels like an alienation, doesn't it? Like like
it's not enjoyable.
Maybe a survival threat almost. So,
yeah. Historically, you know, years gone by with saber-toothed tigers and, you know, a lack of resources, we basically had to band together and all work as a team. And, you know, like Jem was saying, if you did something where you're not sort of part of
for you, it's just a thought that came to my
I'm
mind.
sure that's a thing for a lot of people.
Yeah. And I invite you to not be so hard on yourself. Saying like you really let it get to you, but there'll be a good reason why it's getting to you. So
maybe you just bloody care a lot. Like, I think that's to be applauded.
So maybe you can give yourself some empathy for that part of you that is so bothered, you know, by people not agreeing with you, you know, not seeing eye to eye. I think it's difficult for a lot of us, but yeah, if there's real strong emotions there, there'll be like a good reason. You know, we don't feel things for no good reason. So yeah, don't be too hard on yourself.
Yeah. Right, that's our hour. Thank you for all the lovely questions. Thank you for all the support and love, and for joining us. We really appreciate it. I'm gonna do I'm considering doing weekly Q&A videos. So if you didn't get your question asked tonight, if you look on my feed, on my page, you'll see that I've put a post up saying put your questions here for my next Q&A video for a chance to get featured. So if you want to do that, that's the thing. If you're late to the stream and you enjoy the streams, you want to see what you've missed, if you become a Patreon, which is for as little as $1 a month, link in the description, you can then have access to all the replays of the live streams. And if you're new, we'd love to have you become part of the Hench Herbivore community. So hit that subscribe button, click the bell icon so you're notified of new videos, new live streams. And anything to add?
You've said it all.
I said it all. I said it all, baby.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks
for joining. We love you long time. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
See you next Friday.